So hi, Gary. Let me ask you a few questions about on the technical side for our filmmakers. So, what is the budget for the film? So we can aspire to. Okay, so that's how much money is spent on making this film, and if I can get that much with your talent, maybe we can make something like that.
What you're ready for, the final tally will be. I'll just say over 30,000 and under 40.
Okay.
I did have to dig into my pocket a little bit, which I'm loath to do, but perfection was a little bit under, a little bit less than that, and that came in the black.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, that's always good. Yeah. For the two films and maybe more on the latest one, what kind of technical challenge did you find at the end? Like once you shoot everything and whatnot, in the editing suit or the sound and whatnot, what are some of the challenges that you see?
I had such an amazing crew right from through production and then into post. The editor, Ken Filowich, is brilliant. He actually just cut Robert Cuffley, who's a Calgary-based filmmaker, his new feature, Walk All Over Me, which was shot in Winnipeg. It's premiering at the Toronto Film Fest. He's brilliant. He cut perfection. I'm hoping he's on board for the third one.
Tomorrow is like get to know some really good people.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that the really smart, I was going to say filmmakers, but I think the really smart people in any industry who have kind of risen to the top surround themselves with great support, people who are really good at what they do. Obviously, Robin Lowen, the cinematographer, who shot Defining Edward, who shot Perfection the Moment, and has shot this film, is a very good friend of mine, and I think immensely talented. But I guess, I haven't done a lot of special effects stuff. I had a very good friend from the industry who's done effects for all kinds of giant movies. But, there's an effect in the film. I don't want to give anything away. There's an effect in What You're Ready For, and it was just a bit tricky the way I wanted to shoot it. And we did a few takes of it, and I knew we were getting bogged down. So, I'm sure I learned something from that, always give yourself like 3 times more time that you need when you're doing any kind of effects thing on set. Because it's not like I have the budget to, we'll fix it in post, which I think is a load of crap anyway. You know what I mean? It's not like I had a big CG budget and we could take that shot and,
and if I may be direct, it's a lazy way to not doing it creatively and not doing it right. Maybe you're right about the laziness, but I think as an independent filmmaker, someone who's not supported by a studio system, and in Canada, really, are you ever? Is anyone? No. You have to think that way. You have to think, I got to make this work here. Find some way to make it work. It ended up working all fine. Like the way it cut together, it was fine. But I think there's always little lessons you learn along the way. For me, there is. Right. So what's your experience like directing Michael and comparing to directing other actors that you have worked with before?
He's just such a pro. And I'm not saying any of the other actors were not professionals.
Of course not.
But Michael just, he has a wealth of experience. And it was just a joy. We didn't rehearse. We did some rehearsals on set before we shot, but he was in Los Angeles. We brought him in, I think, the morning of, he was really on set one day. We shot with Steven for 2 days. We shot his stuff on one day. And about 2 weeks before he came in, when the strike was kind of, looked like it was going to wrap up, we said, okay, we're going to go. We're going to go into production. We're going to shoot for 2 weeks. We had about a 40-minute phone conversation about the story, about what I was thinking. Here's what he was thinking. Was he going in the right direction? And it was all like bang on. And I was, not that I had any worries before.
But that
after that phone call, I was like,
I know.
And to be honest with you, I'm not. Maybe I'm giving away some secret, but I think when I was as a director, you know, as long as you know exactly what you want, and you cast a performer in the role that is going to make that happen, because your ideas run parallel. It's very easy.
Yeah. You don't have to work against your actor or actress.
No,
you try to convince them one way or another.
Exactly.
Like they are in sync.
Because I don't really think that ever works, and I'm not a big fan of tricking your actor into doing something that maybe they normally wouldn't. I think I've tried that before and failed miserably. So he was just a joy to work with, and you know, I think both of the actors, both Michael and Stephen, are proud of the film, which makes me feel good. You know, because these are two incredibly gifted individuals that I would like to have the opportunity to work with again in the future.
Sounds cool. So, last question. I know that you have a long list of other projects that you have in the pipe.
Too long.
Want to highlight a few of them for us here, and so we know what to expect?
I'm just heading into writing mode. I have to, as a filmmaker, as you know, I kind of wear a lot of hats. So it goes from director to producer to production manager, and then to writer. I'm very excited to go back into writing mode right now. So before I took a little holiday with my family, I did 3 outlines for feature film projects that I'm working on. I know, feature filmmaker in Canada, it's like impossible, but I think you have to continue to reach for that dream, otherwise you'll never get it. You know, I mean, that's my goal is to get another feature out.
Name some names. I know the names, but
the projects. Well, I don't know if they're all listed on the website, but there's one which is currently being referred to as All Things Not Forgotten, which is I'm gonna go out there on a limb and call it Lynchian, maybe, in its structure and approach.
Lynchian, like David Lynch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Although I just watched Inland Empire and struggled through it. So, but maybe I'm thinking more old school Lynch, like films of his that I love, like Blue Velvet or Wild at Heart. It's about a young woman who has lived the majority of her life on a cult and kind of a compound, and a bad thing happens and she has to leave. She has to run away. So it's a bit of a road movie, and there's all these wacky characters. Anyway, she's trying to find her mother, who she's been kind of estranged from for a long time. She doesn't really know if her mother's alive or dead.
Okay.
I'm very excited about that. I think it's a hard sell for a project. But as a writer, I'm excited about it.
Really dark tone to it.
You know, I think it's dark, but I think it's also funny. And again, I don't want to necessarily do movies that we've seen over and over again. I really understand the point of that. You know, so obviously these are films I don't have a script for yet. There's another one which is it's basically a horror film. Set in 1884 during the building of the Canadian Pacific Railway.
Oh, okay. Right.
And it kind of plays on Chinese folklore that, you know, you probably know more about this than me, but there's a flesh-eating monster that comes out during the span of the Chinese New Year, right, which is actually like 15 days from the beginning of the New Year till the Lantern Festival. This monster comes out once every, 19 years, and eats people. So what I've done is I've taken this because of all the, as you know, there was a lot of Chinese workers that were brought in and
blown to pieces.
Paid very little and did all the crap jobs, and you know, during the building of the railway, very important in that. So I've kind of taken that idea, set it in that era, kind of right in Rogers Pass, these horrible little camps that they build, and most of the times all they had were a whorehouse and a tavern and a place to sleep. You know, maybe some kind of a store to get supplies. And anyway, Chinese New Year comes, and this monster is going along the railway heading west, while these guys and just eating people. So most of the film actually takes place with a group of kind of a patched together group of people and prostitutes, not that prostitutes aren't people, but trapped in this whorehouse fighting this monster.
Oh, okay.
So I like it. I'm not a huge horror guy. Right. I'm more thriller than horror, but I think it's certainly got some potential. But period movies are hard sell too.
It is. Yeah. Money. Yeah.
And now I'm trying to remember the third one. I've been rambling on too much here.
Climax, is it? Or?
Climax is a short film, which I shot about a year ago. And it's a weird little kind of mockumentary thing. So it's a short film, quite short, about 9-10 minutes long.
You shot already, did you say?
Yeah, but the problem is that I have no money. So I've been doing it all myself. And
story looks good.
Just a lot of stuff has gotten in the way of it. And it seems like Climax always gets pushed to the back of the pile. But I'm close to finishing it now. And I'm excited to just get it out there and see what it's going to do. I think it might have a little short festival run. And then hopefully get up on the internet. I shot it with a special agreement with ACTRA. So hopefully they'll let me post it on the internet. We'll see. Anyway, there's another feature project. There's a bunch of feature projects. There's too many to name, but we'll see what happens.
What can I say? You're a creative man, Corey.
You know what? The truth of the matter is, Kempton, that you have to have a lot of things going on. You almost have to be a juggler, right? Because you never know which thing is going to get caught. You have no idea.
You're quite right, and I think that is a good advice for interested filmmakers and what. I mean. Tried many things, and like you said, have many different projects in mind.
Be passionate about all of them. You know what I mean? Like, don't write something, don't try and put something together because you think that's what someone wants. Don't believe in that. I mean, following trends is hard because by the time you put it together, the trend is already gone. They've already moved on to something else.
Right, and you hate yourself for doing it. I mean, it's not going. It may not go well at the end, and then you hate yourself doing it. It's just following trends. All right. Thanks a lot, Corey. Thanks for your time. Good luck in the award, and I don't know if you what's your view about winning and whatnot, but good luck.
Thank you. I think I've won some awards, and awards are nice, but that's not why I do it.
Sure.
I look forward to the other films that are showing along with what you're ready for. Like I said in I think the blog that I did with the Calgary Film Festival, it's about kind of raising the bar for all of us, and making good films that are interesting.
Right. Inspiring other filmmakers. Hey, this is what someone else has done, and let me try and achieve that. And that's why I'm hoping with the interview series that people can learn from filmmakers like yourself and aspire to put some cool films out there so I can watch more. Thanks a lot, Colin.
Perfect. Thanks.